Hello and welcome back to the adventures of Gidget and Oreo. So today we are going to be doing a cleaning video, not like a deep spring cleaning or anything, but just in general. I'm actually filming this right after the haul video that I filmed. But the first thing I did was I went ahead, since we just bought sugar, and I refilled our sugar container. I also had a load of dishes in there, which they are done now, and I'll get out in just a second. And we will see what other cleaning stuff that we can get done. And this is actually going to be spread over a couple of days, and I'm going to see if I can I try to keep the house clean, and I try to, at least clean, like I don't clean everything every day, but, having a dog that sheds a lot, we have to sweep every day and mop every day, so it just gets kind of taxing. But let's see what all we can do today. Okay, so the sugar has already been put up, and so what I'm going to do now is I'm actually going to get a towel, and I'm going to go around all of the countertops. I know that like the countertops don't look that messy, but we've got things like sugar and some rice that has spilled over the last, day or so. So I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to spray it and I'm going to wipe it up. Generally what I do is I will get everything off of the counter and just sweep it into the floor. Our dogs are not terrible about eating stuff if we sweep it off of there. So what I do is, because I have to sweep the floor anyway, I don't want to dirty a dish just to sweep stuff off of the counter. So I'm actually I'm going to move all of our dishes. And so now we are working with this blank slate. And so, another thing I should mention, just because I feel like sometimes, products change or products have ingredients in them, that sometimes I feel like we just go in and we buy stuff and we don't look at it. Like for example, this one is Lysol. I try to buy stuff that doesn't have any bleach in it. Because if you get anything that has bleach, just ignore the dogs. If you get anything with bleach, it's going to bleach your towels. So if you do have something that uses bleach, I would just say go ahead and use paper towels or use a rag that you don't mind destroying. So we actually have quite a few that we call our cleaning rags. Rags that we really don't use for like good occasions, things like that. Or like not our nice, hand towels and things like that. Okay. So that is cleaned. Then this right here, I'm going to go ahead and spray. And also, like, if you all are trying to find something that, like, really makes your house smell good, I really like this one. It's the Brand New Day. This one is the coconut and sea minerals, but the one that they have, it's in there, so I'll look and see what the scent is on it. But it also smells really good. I feel like they're very fruity. And especially, like, during the summer. I feel like during, like fall, and Christmas and things like that, we usually have like cinnamon scents and stuff like that going, but not so much, in the summer we use things like fruity smells. In like spring, we actually use things like floral. I'm probably gonna finish cleaning these off camera and then I'll come back. So right now I'm getting all the dishes out of the dishwasher and then we'll work on a new load. Okay, so y'all know the saying, it's gonna get worse before it gets better. So this is a key example. I just cleaned this countertop off and it looks full again because it's got all kinds of dishes. Okay, then this side, I got clothes out that I got out of the washing machine. Some of these are older ones and rags and things like that. But anyway, got these clothes out. So what I'm gonna do first, okay, is I'm gonna come over here and I do have a sink full of dishes. Okay, this is not gonna be a full load, but I'm gonna go ahead and put them in there and then I'm gonna try and clean the sink. Okay, so I'm gonna go ahead and show you how I load dishes. Okay, so the first thing that I do is anything that's like a plastic material or something that would probably not, I don't know if it's that they don't do as well with heat, but I've had plastic stuff that I've put in the bottom before that just has not lasted well. So for example, you know, I have a colander, okay, a really old colander. When I say old, it was my grandmother's. So I really don't mind putting that in the washing machine because at this point it's lasted like a million years. So yeah, it's not gonna, with one wash, you know, silverware goes in the bottom. We actually have a third rack. So what I do is I put the lids for the dirty dishes on the third, or the top rack. Okay, so I go ahead and I usually just put that stuff in. I'm actually gonna, because I do have a bone of the dogs that I want to wash, I'm gonna put this on the top rack, just kind of over here away from everything else. And then this actually needs to be washed, this scrub mommy. And the way that I was taught how to do it is I just put it kind of in the dishwasher. And you can also, I think, put it in the washing machine. So that's a pretty cool feature. But even though I've just now cleaned this out, okay, I've just now done all the dishes and gonna clean the sink, I can guarantee you within 5 minutes, there's gonna be at least one dish, okay? There's gonna be at least one dish in there. If there's anything that I have learned from kind of cleaning and everything, it's that, you know, the things that accumulate the most for me are dishes to do, things to sweep out of the floor, mopping, which, I mean, I feel like the sweeping is mainly because Oreo's fur, and so if it tells anything like into the depth of, you know, Oreo and how she works, one day we had literally brushed her, got a huge ball, okay, a huge ball of fur off of her, okay? So then we get the little Swiffer, the extra large, the pet dry cloths that are supposed to gather hair. And we used 3 or 4 of them. And each one of them came back completely full of her black hair. So we have tried to start doing the sweeping. Sweeping is one thing that we do every single day. Mopping, sometimes not, but you know, with pets, sometimes you have messes. So that would be, I think, something that we do at least 4 or 5 times a week. You know, but I definitely think that, you know, pets do cause a little bit of a mess, but I think they are completely worth it. So tell me in the description if you have a dog, okay, what kind of dog do you have, how badly does it shed, And how often do you think that you have to clean up after them? Because I'm just kind of interested. Even if you're not subscribed, just, you know, tell me kind of, you know, about your dogs and how much they shed, because I don't know. And tell me if there's any products that you all have bought that help with the shedding. Would greatly recommend it. Alright, I'm going to let you all know when I'm done with these, and I'll show you the after product. Okay, so guys, all of the towels are folded now. The only thing that's not folded is the tablecloth, and I have to put that on there in a couple minutes anyway. And then once I get the dishes up, I'm going to put these back that go under it. But I'm going to put these up, and then what I'm going to do next is I'm going to tackle all of this. And so when I come back on here, all this is going to be gone. Okay, all of it's going to be put away. Alright, I'll see you in just a minute. So I feel like I'm giving a lot more tips than I thought I was about, you know, kind of like air fresheners and things like that. So we actually have quite a few things that we have going on a day-to-day basis where it's not time I'm not, you know, burning anything or anything like that. But we usually have this candle right here that's on an electric burner. We're actually going to move this wax melt into the den. And then, you know, we always have like these types of air freshener. Again, you know, we like in the summer to have it like fruity. So this one is berry and bramble. We also have a watermelon one that smells so good. In the kitchen, we do a lot of things like when we clean the sink. So I haven't done that yet either. But when we clean the sink, a lot of times you can get like lemon pulp. If you have like old lemons. And then we actually have some sink cleaner that we put in there, and it makes it smell really good. It's lemon. Okay, and then we have the lemon. If we have like dishes that need to be cleaned like by hand, we have some lemon, which is right there, Lemon Joy. So that kind of goes with the fruity thing. We also have candles throughout the house during the day. Again, where it's nighttime, we don't really burn candles. And we don't burn them for a long period of time. But we have quite a few. We have that, the berry and bramble. But like for when we need heavy duty, we put the pet odor eliminator. And that works really well. And you know, when we use the Swiffer, that cleans the floor. And then whenever we wash the walls, we put Murphy soap and some Pine Sol. And so that makes the walls smell really good. And I feel like, you know, y'all let me know if y'all are the same way. But I feel like with two dogs, you know, we burn a lot of candles and have a lot of air freshener. So I'm going to go ahead and clean the rest. Just kind of wanted to give those little tidbits. So I'll see you in a minute. I told y'all that tomorrow we're going to make banana bread in the last video. And we are going to make banana bread. It'll probably be tomorrow afternoon, but we are actually going to, because these expire on July 23rd of 24. So what we're going to do is we're actually going to make these for tomorrow. Tomorrow's a Saturday. We're going to have people at the pool. And so we got this on sale, and we are going to make those for people. So we will probably do that in a little bit after I get the kitchen clean. But yeah. I've ended up putting the majority of the dishes. I am going to let some of the bigger things, like the bigger Tupperware and like the other stuff, just air dry a little bit. I did kind of clean it up so it's not like all over the place. I am going to go ahead and go put those towels up. And then again, like I said, I'm going to clean the table off here in a little bit. And I'm going to put the tablecloth on it. And then one thing, which I know you've already seen me do this, but I'm actually going to restock Oreo's little slow feeder bowl. So I'm going to actually go ahead and I'm going to do that here in just a second. And so this is what I'm talking about. So this is definitely going to have to be put in the dishwasher. So cancel that about doing that. It'll have to wait. I'm going to go ahead and clean this out and I will get back to you in just a second. Okay guys, so I've already started on these. I've mixed the batter together preheated the oven, and I've actually sprayed this with pan. I'm gonna go ahead and roll them out, and then I'll put them on the tray. Okay, so highly would not recommend these cookies. I don't really care for them, but we're gonna go ahead and put them in for 9 minutes at 350, and then we'll come back. Okay, so this is the recipe that we're gonna follow for banana nut bread, and I'm gonna go over here, and I've actually got, I think, maybe 10 bananas that I'm gonna be mashing. So I'm gonna go ahead and mash those, and then I'll come back. I meant to go ahead and clarify, it does say 1 cup of mashed bananas, so that's about 3. So I'm gonna go ahead and mash 3 to use for the recipe, and then I'm gonna mash the rest of the other ones out of the tin, and we're just gonna freeze it and use it later. Okay, so here are the 3 bananas that I mashed. I'm gonna go ahead and add that into the bowl, and then I'll go ahead and mash the other ones off camera and put them in a Ziploc bag and freeze them. Okay, so guys, we are actually gonna make chili and hot dogs for today. So I'm gonna go ahead and we have 5 packs of these Lay's small chilies, and then a bigger pack of hamburger meat. And I'm gonna go ahead and get that out, and we're gonna make them. Open these collars that we bought and unbox them. We bought these GPS tracking collars. They are the Phi Series 3 for Gidget and Oreo. We got Oreos in a size medium and Gidgets in a size extra small. So I'm gonna go ahead and open these up, and then I'll show you what they look like. So this is the first one that I'm opening. The blue one we got for Oreo. Again, that's in a size medium. The one that we got for Gidget is in a pink color, and it's a size extra small. It comes with the charger to charge this. This is the GPS tracker, and then the cord to plug it in. So I'm gonna go ahead and open this one, put it on her, and then I'm gonna do the same for Gidget, and I'll show you what they look like. Okay, so here is the pink one on Gidget. I really like this color. But they had a yellow also. And then Oreo didn't have hers on, but hers is the blue again. And I'll show you hers when I put her. 2 dogs to the vet. Here is Oreo looking out the window, and Gidget sitting.